Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Kingjae, and I am here with Kensou. Is it just Kensou or JustKensou? How do you feel today? Which one are we doing?
JustKensou.
Just Kensou. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Listen,
You know it.
this topic that I tweeted has gone absolutely crazy. I didn't even know it was gonna go this crazy. I just wanted to kind of give my input into
Right.
what I feel was lacking in the FGC, right? And like everyone kind of responded. It's kind of gone like 500, 700 plus likes. This was not my intention. I just wanted to say I felt like there's just stuff that's lacking, and I wanted to give like a few things that people could do. You know, if they are doing fighting game content, these are things avenues that you can kind of cement the ground with. Because I personally felt there was a lot of holes, and I felt like a lot of people had stuff to say. And I had a podcast yesterday where I was just like, oh, okay, this person says he disagrees. All right, let's talk about it. I don't really need people to agree with me. If there's something that you feel is wrong, definitely say what's wrong and why. So I wanted to talk to you about it because I know you're very opinionated about things, and the opinions that you have, they come with substance. So yeah, man, take it away, man.
Well,
Actually, one before I even let you start, sorry.
oh no, you
This
got it. You got it.
this guy is a legend in Guilty Gear. I know some of the people might not know who JustKensou is, but he's a legend in Guilty Gear. Like proper sick top tier player. Plays Chip, but I feel like he kind of got sick of Chip at some point. Am I right to say that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, just you can
Oh,
now
sure.
start.
Just sure.
you know, it's cool. So yeah, now take it away, man, with your opinion on what I said.
Yeah. So I just gotta say, one, thanks for letting me be here to a platform to express this. That's one. Two, I, I look at what you said, and I thought to myself, Jay's not wrong. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like one of the biggest things that you're saying here, I think some people took out of context. They're just like, "Oh, you're just saying that these things don't exist." It's like, nah, man's just saying that this stuff exists. It's just kind of going to the wayside because of how things are perceived by some people. Is it done by their favorite content creator? You know what I mean? Like, there's
Yep.
a lot of variables that come into it. So like, I can see how some people probably misconstrued it, but like, I agree because like we went from this East versus West nonsense I just put out recently, with the G Unit and Obama, with Punk. And
Okay.
it's
Yeah. Yeah.
like, where we are lacking in sometimes one of the biggest issues is like people just don't look at it. Like someone would be out here actually doing work and they're like, did Punk do it? No. Goes right over their head, you know? And with great production work, great editing, 50, 60 views at most. I think even though we have the people also, I think because the people aren't getting the viewership, they get discouraged, so they quit. So that part also gets kind of tossed to the wayside too. So it's kind of like, I mean, all you can do is what you can. So like, I see what you do, and I'm like, he's doing what he should, And like, I also agree in the same sentiment that like it can't all be on one person to try to just change the space. You know what I mean? And from Tekken to Street Fighter to Guilty Gear, it's like a collaborative effort of like people pushing together to try to make something bigger. But it's I don't know, man. Like it's rough because from a collaborative standpoint, you know what I'm saying? You already know me. You can ring me up and be like, I got you. You know what I mean?
Likewise.
But not everyone's
Likewise.
like that. But not everyone's like that. And I think that's kind of bad. And I understand people have different schedules and whatnot, but I'm always happy to come on board and do things for FGC as a whole. And I also want to say this too. I think one of the biggest problems is people look at it also as FGC content and not fighting game content.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like fighting games include like, wrestling games. No Mercy, you know what I'm saying? SmackDown versus Raw,
Yep.
the arena fighters, the platformers, and it's like you have to it's all inclusive. It's not just when you think of MOBAs, you think of, League of Legends, Dota, Smite, you know what I'm saying? Whatever else is out there. Obviously it's gonna be like the top three, but it's not like MOBAs, oh just League of Legends, oh just Dota. There's other heavy hitters out there. So and that's another issue is like we don't look at the other parts of it. We just like, okay, 2D, 3D, that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
And
I
then
agree.
Smash is in its own realm somewhere, in the ether. So I don't know, man. Like, I just feel like we do need more creators, but we also need to not be discouraged. You
Yeah.
know, like you've been at it longer than me. I'm over here trying to catch up. You know what I mean? But and let me say this for people out here watching. Like, even though I'm saying something along those lines, it's not necessarily about catching up. It's about doing what you can. So don't take that out of context when I say catching up. It's just Jay's been doing a lot of work for a long time with Tekken. I've been doing a lot of work with Guilty Gear for a long time as well. It's just different games, different audiences. So you're gonna see a little bit. There's gonna be a discrepancy. But the good thing now is, just to add to it, is like fighting games now are a lot bigger. You know, and they're still growing. Like, I mean, Street Fighter 6 has done well. Guilty Gear's done well for itself for the most part. Grand Blue's on its way. Tekken 8 got a beta coming up soon. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
there's so much to be excited for with fighting games. So like, I think now is a big time for a lot of people to try to cement themselves and make a name for themselves in content. To be honest, so that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Cool, man. I definitely agree with what you're saying. I know that you've done like some Street Fighter stuff as well. Like I was just showing the stream. Obviously, it's gonna be on YouTube as well. But I was just showing the stream like this is the type of content that you do have, and you know, even like looking at the thumbnails, the design, everything, even like the content. When you like actually digest the content that he has, it's crazy. So make sure you don't give a subscription onto the account, man. It's really great stuff there. Like even down like the thumbnails are just like crazy good, like crazy good. So you know, you've got a lot to be happy for when looking at this channel. I think honestly, when it comes to like fighting games, I was speaking to Avatar Yaya yesterday and C4IQ.
Oh yeah.
And you know, we uncovered a lot of things that, you know, they kind of understood what I was saying, and you know, we kind of come to some reasoning. And what happened with the tweet right now, like even up until this day, like the tweet is gone crazy. Like I'm getting
it's going bonkers, brother.
yeah, I didn't even know it was gonna, like my notifications every 5 minutes is 20 plus. It was a 20 plus, 20 plus, 20 plus. And this is not to do with Tekken. This is just to do with this one particular tweet. And
Yeah.
I'm not like, you see, everyone was like, oh, but I feel this space. Everyone's posting their channels. And it's like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that people ain't done this. I'm saying we need more of these things, right?
I agree.
One of the issues that I have is when I am in these spaces and I'm having these meetings with like, you know, big brands and, you know, people that are high up and they want me to, you know, do stuff with them. They say, oh, so you play Tekken? Oh, I remember Tekken 3. Oh, what's Guilty Gear? Oh, I play Street Fighter 2. They don't talk about Street Fighter 6 and they don't talk about Tekken 8. And when I say certain things like these games are poorly marketed and all of these things, it's not me having a rant. I can only understand how much, you know, the Japanese devs get from everyone else. And I'll be honest, majority of them are sensitive, right? Like, let's keep it back. Not everyone is thick-skinned and stuff like that. Some people, they're developing a game and they're getting hate. They will be sensitive towards it. Like, I'm only trying to figure it out of why their mentality is like that. But, you know, I could only bring it down to they're just sensitive about things because they're creating something that's probably very close to them. And, you know, there's certain people that are, you know, saying things that are negative towards it, right? On the grand scheme of things, like I said, the marketing is just not great at all. You know, we have stuff like right now with Tekken 8, you know, the closed beta. I haven't checked everything. I haven't even checked anything. I just saw one tweet and I'm seeing people are playing the closed beta already, right? And that's absolutely insane. And to me, it's like, all right, cool. Like, there's no shade to Bandai Namco or anything like that. But it's like, right, did you not learn your lesson from Street Fighter? Like, did you not learn your lesson? Like, it's...
Oh, man, dude, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
Street Fighter, it was like, you know, this thing happened. If I saw... I'm creating a game. I'm at the top. I'm looking left and right. I'm just seeing Street Fighter just get everything data mined. And even at the start, don't get me... At the start, we knew the roster before any, you know, beta, right? So you're then going to think, all right, this just happened. Is there a way that we can prevent this? Now, I know there's people, when I tweeted about this before, people are like, oh, but you can't close out the PC community. And I'm saying, all right, that's true. You know, I look at both sides of it. But then when you add the PC, then you've got all of this stuff that happens, right? Where you've got loads of stuff. Imagine, I'm going to be honest. As a content creator in the FGC, we don't win. Like, we don't win. The winners are the people that leak the game and produce the content. They're the winners. There's no consequence for them. They don't care about no Capcom or Pro Tour or no Tekken World Tour. They was never gonna enter anyways, and their content still stays online. Everyone that's interested, but including me, I'm interested to know what Azucena, Raven, and Fenger. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I choose not to consume that content because out of respect. But the respect doesn't do anything. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, just because I've just not consumed that content and I've done nothing, like, bro, I'm not gonna get paid for it. When Tekken 8 comes, I'm probably not gonna get no paid content or anything coming from them. Do you get what I'm saying? There's no like, this game is a mess, bro. Like, I've been in it for over a decade, and I'm telling you, it's happened in different forms. But the formula to the mess is still the same. You know, there's no connection with the devs and the content creators. There's no connection with the community managers from the games and the community, right? They probably, like, for example, and I'm talking about Strive, I'm talking about Mortal Kombat, I'm talking about a bunch of them. They don't know the full community of who is there and who is competing. Like, they might know some of them, like, you know, maybe the top names of, you know, streamers, but there might be someone that's an OG player. Who's that? Oh, I don't know, because they've not done their research. They don't need to.
The research, yep, I agree.
They don't need to, right? This is what I'm saying. There's so much layers to the onion of what I was saying.
I was just gonna say, I was like, Jay, there's too many layers to this, like, conundrum.
Yeah.
Because, like, no matter how you slice the pie, it's like, I figured it out. No, you haven't. There's still this one small piece, and that one small piece opens up a whole nother can of worms.
Yep.
And it just goes crazy. And to your merit in that regard of, like, the leaks and stuff like that, I agree. You would think that you'd learn from your competitor. You would do your market research. You would see a lot of this as an issue. Yet here we are. I mean, it's not the first time that they put these games on PC and this happens. And, like, part of me feels really bad for them because so we can attack it two ways, right?
Okay.
If we go the content side, like you said, those dudes don't care. They'll do whatever they want. They're hit with the early views, and, like, it makes it hard for people like you and me who, like, you know, you are a Tekken player, right? I'm a Tekken enthusiast. I do like Tekken as well, and I'll also be playing Tekken 8 pretty seriously too. But it's like, we now have to box the dudes that are with our content, and they've already struck the algorithm months before the games come out.
This is what I'm saying, bro. They've struck that. See exactly what you just said there? They have struck the algorithm. So now, think about it now. From what I know, they've done also the 3 characters that are meant to be added to this closed beta test. They've been showing combos, move lists, absolutely everything. So by the time it comes to me playing, like, here's me being the good guy, the goody two shoes, sitting by my table, waiting for me to answer a question. Bro, they've already heard. They already know what's going on. Yeah, they already answered it. No one cares. By the time I throw out the content, like, oh, we've seen that already. We knew that happens. We know that move is -8. That move has changed. That doesn't do this. So then it's like, what is the point? Like, I'm still gonna be goody two shoes because just to protect the brand. Like, my brand comes with a team and it comes with a whole community, right? So I have a responsibility to be respectful to these brands, right?
Right.
But then it's like, so why are these other people not getting punished? Why is it that this guy, like, you know, this random guy could be posting up Raven combos and posting up all the stuff to do with it, but then nothing happens? Like, can't they strike them? Can't they do anything? I'm not saying they should, but if it was me and someone's like, basically, what you're doing is illegal because the game, the game is not out. You've basically done something to modify the game play it earlier than usual, and on top of it, you have the balls to then go on Twitter or X or Twitter X. What do we want to call it? Next year, change to something else. We don't know what Elon Musk is on nowadays. But yeah, anyways, bro, you have the balls to post it up. And then I saw the guy was actually trying to meme the developers, bro. Like, oh yeah, Harada looking at his phone, like kind of confused. And then it's got him. I said, bro, the balls on these people are insane.
I don't care.
Bro.
They literally don't care because they're like, I am an anonymous person on the internet and there's nothing you can do about it. That's it.
Bro.
That's it. That's the name of the game. What are they going to do? Go and attack that Twitter account? Who cares? What, you gonna IP ban the Twitter account? What do they care? They still got away with the product. They're still gonna be able to, like, unless, like, all right, so let's take for example, right, that Raven combo video, right?
Yeah.
I'm almost willing to bet, unless they change the game up completely, that Raven combo section or whatever, or set of combos is gonna be relevant for release, and that takes away from the discovery of the game, and that's what people don't understand. Like, you pulled that away, and I will say this too, Jay. I really do feel bad for Tekken players because you have a larger roster in your betas than Street Fighter.
Yep.
So like almost half of your game's already there.
Yep.
And some change.
Yep. And that's what I'm saying. People that really wanted to see what their character has now, it's already done. Yeah. Everyone that has that, version of the game, they're playing it, they understand it. By the time that I come on, I'm probably gonna get my ass whooped because they know all the combos. They know the new character as we've seen and stuff now. They know how a stance works. Like, the mystery of knowing what a stance was like, it's gone now, right? It's like, oh, I don't know. Like, I still don't know because I haven't watched the stuff, but they know. They're playing it. They're optimizing their combos and everything. We have 9 more days left. 9 more days, bro. Like, it's insane. I don't even know if it's I think it's 9 days, 7 days. I can't remember. I think it's 7 days now because what day are we in?
Something in that ballpark.
Yeah. So to me, it's like, it hurts. But to get back onto what we were talking about before with the content, because again, like I said, there's so many layers to this pie. Like, I want to stick to at this certain section that we was talking about, and it is what I said, and just to kind of repeat what I said again. What did I say again? I need to try and find the tweet. There's a big hole in the FGC content creation. Interview with players, like, how do they train? Asking them about future titles. Can you see them playing other games? Now, I want to talk about them in sections. Now, you see this idea that I was talking about just then. Evo done it. This has been a hole for a long time. No one has been doing this content. Like, everyone is going to tournaments, but there's no one vlogging this stuff. Why? Not everyone has to be a pro player. Not everyone has to be. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, go on.
I put on my vlog.
There's not enough. You're just one person, bro.
I'm just one guy.
You're one person. Same with me, bro. I'm not enough. Like, I'm not saying it in a way of like, oh, you know what? Like, the one person, because like, people know who I am. That I'm not enough. I'm telling you. And it's not even for me to be humble pie, bro. I am not enough. You need to have more. We need to have people come with their camera. Yo, I'm going to a Tekken tournament. Or, yeah, I'm going to a Guilty Gear tournament. Boom, filming. Interview with the players. What's their mindset when they go into these tournaments? How do I become a pro? Like, those are the questions that people want to know. If I watched you, Kensou, say to, like, and you done an interview saying how to become a pro in Guilty Gear, bro, I would then become a lot better because I then know your mindset. How do I use Chip? Ask him. He's there. He's at this tournament.
I definitely will tell you if you ask me. And even then, right, just to touch base with the interview, right, that's a big reason why I reached out to Silva, because I was like, she's super unique out there in Italy, and I was like, no one. I know that on your side of the world, you guys are probably familiar with her, for the most part, but like on this side, no one really know who she is, and I'm like. I also wanted, like, my goal for the interview was to show that we have female gamers, not just in NA, but we have female gamers in the EU as well. And that was a big project in itself, brother. Whoo, boy. That, and I made sure to represent her correctly, because I think it's also important to do that as well, tell the story and whatnot. And just I don't know why interviews are so difficult for some people to even attempt for. It's like, I don't know you, but hey, I think this would be pretty cool. What do you think? You know, and then build a connection like that, you know. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, we all enjoy fighting games. Like, why not? You know, like if you were interested in Guilty Gear, I'll help you with Guilty Gear. I'm interested in Tekken, help me with Tekken, and you know, just build that handshake. You know what I mean? I think that's another issue that we have in terms of the interviews and stuff like that. Like, people are afraid to get behind the camera. Like, me and you've been doing this for how long now, and we're sitting here behind DSLR cameras, going at it. You know, a lot of these people won't even like, dude. I invested in a whole GoPro for Evo. You know what I mean? $200 camera, you guys. I have my camera right now that I'm sitting here. Look, you guys watching me. It's a $650 camera right now with lens, and another GoPro. That's like $750 right there. But that doesn't mean you don't need to have all of that to get content started. It just, I'm already at this point in my career with all this, so like it makes sense to have a GoPro. And even if you can use your phone camera. You'd be surprised. All these phone cameras are just as good as these DSLRs that we're sitting on right now. All it takes is just a little bit of effort, you know, to like try to get this stuff going. And I'll go to the next one you got here, the Fighting Game Podcast. Here we are. I just told you guys just now. Jay was like, "Hey, yo, what's good? I got you." The end. I didn't even think twice. That's it. My man said, "Let's get it." I said, "Let's go." All I did was take my dog out and come over here. That's it. The end.
And you know what's worse about it is that we're from two different areas, bro. I'm from the UK.
Different time zones, you guys.
It's crazy. Like,
this is Texas and UK, by the way, you guys. In case you didn't know.
Just so you lot know, Texas and UK. And this is what I mean. But had it been that I try to do this with, I don't know, the UK, other UK guys, it's extremely hard to. Like, collaborations are, yeah, it's definitely something weird in the fighting game space. As much as I'm trying to understand it and kind of be like, oh, what's going on, I do feel like there's a lot of egos in the space, which, again, like, you know, the egos come from the people that I'm going to say this so people understand exactly what I'm saying, so it doesn't get clipped out of context. The egos are mainly coming from people that are just about scraping above the barrel. So the people that maybe just touch 100,000, 200,000, like, in the grand scheme of things, I know content creators that are on millions, right? As in, I actually know people like that. They're just in a completely different space to fighting games, right?
Right.
And they're cool, down to earth people. But when I see fighting game people move like that, it makes me think, you're not gonna get to that next stage. And I don't mean it in no harmful way. It's just, you are not gonna get to that next stage because you don't understand that when you're in this, it's essentially a business, right? And with a business, you have to network, you have to collab, you have to do these things. When you're seeing, like, these rappers, artists, musicians, you know, footballers, and they're doing stuff with brands, crossover. Everyone's audience crosses over. You know what that does? That means you're going to get, I'm not saying you're going to get a big surge, but you're going to get a surge more than your normal day to day, right? What the FGC does is I'm going to wake up today, I'm going to stream. Or I'm going to wake up today, do some content, I'm going to hope for the best. Like,
yeah.
It's what and I'll be honest, it's what I do, because I don't really see anyone else that I can kind of regularly collaborate with that is serious on the same level as what I am on for the passion and the dedication of creating content. But I'm talking about the UK side of things. I'm not talking about your side. I don't know about how it is in Texas. But for me, I don't really know anyone that's like passionate and on this like, oh, let's collaborate side of things, right? If there was someone like that, it would have been amazing. You know, Mortal Kombat's come out. It's coming and going. You know, Street Fighter 6 is coming and going. I haven't collaborated with no one for Street Fighter 6. I've only just streamed and done what I needed to do. And this is not me saying it in a way of like, oh, I'm upset because I can carry my own. I've always been able to carry my own. I do this as a full time. So I can carry my own in this. However, I can see the business side of it that can help every single one of us in this space, which will lead to that tweet.
Well, you said it right there, Jay. Like, you got to keep in mind, right? these are players going content creators, right? And they're recent like players, right? Like you figured out a grip ago, you wanted to make YouTube things, you wanted to go that route. Like, if I'm just be blunt and honest, I feel like a lot of people have just kind of figured out now that it's like, oh well, that's my bag. I gotta go do this now. And don't get me wrong, chase the bag. Not against that. But they're, it's kind of like now they kind of understand this is the thing to do. Meanwhile, other esports have been doing this for like a millennia. Granted, they're in a weird position now too, but the idea is still there to make the YouTube videos, to still make the content, to do all the things that we're talking about here. And it just, I don't know, man. Like, it's turning a player into a content creator is not, and a lot of them don't understand that. It's just, and content comes in different forms, right? You can stream on your stream, do your thing, and then how I say it? You can stream on stream, do your thing, cut up your archives. Even if you stream and pull things from archives, there's a lot of lazy content too, right? There's a lot of people that do it, be super lazy about what they're doing, and it's like, slap it up, baby. There's content. That's YouTube. Yeah, man, we're YouTubing it up, and come with some whack thumbnails, and then like, yeah, man, it's gonna cook. It's like, no, it doesn't work like that.
Nah, it's true.
It doesn't. It doesn't work like that. It's not that free. It's not just set it up and set it and forget it.
Nah, I definitely hear it. Your connection seems like it's going slightly though.
Oh, let me see here. I could be getting cooked by my ISP. It's been raining a lot out here.
Oh, okay.
Double check and see what's going on.
Nah, it seems fine now, but it was like kind of like, yeah, it seems fine now. It's perfectly fine. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So, all right. So, with what you said, yeah, like, obviously we understand that collab is a major thing in general. Collaborations is the key. Like obviously Panda Global. Then I don't know if they're even running anymore, but like from what happened before, the players were starting to cross over and collab, right? And right. I feel like that was a very good thing, because if the players cross over and collab, and say for example, I'm going to try and break it down to the most easiest ways that people can understand this, because sometimes I feel like I will say a lot and it might be difficult to digest. So if someone has 10,000 subscribers, another person has, let's say, 7,000, right? Let's say around near enough the mark, right? You lot collab, you lot are bringing your audience together. That doesn't mean to necessarily say 10,000 people is going to watch someone else's content and 7,000 people is going to watch your content. It's the active viewers that are going to be like, oh, who's this guy? Oh, I like this guy. I like the collab. I like the synergy. I'm going to follow him. A prime example is when me and Nee done our first stream, I had a surge of, people following on all my platforms. And this wasn't something that I generally said, oh, okay, you know what? If I get Nee on, I'm going to get this. It was me saying, hey, me and Nee are we're always laughing and joking around. Let him come to the studio. Let him come and stream. And then from that time, it was like, oh, okay, well, this is crazy. Like, I've got like 1,000+ people chilling in here. The chat's going crazy. It's the first time, like, he's actually, well, it's not his first time in London, but he's in London. Like, it's crazy, right? Like, to see him come and chilling in the space and playing Tekken, and I can choose anyone that's on my stream to go play with him. You don't even have to be subbed. Like, you could literally just be a follower of the stream, and you can go play him. That's insane. Like, right. So then now when I've gone to Korea, I've now gained the Korea's audience, right? Because I'm like, all the Koreans that are watching me on his stream are like, oh, damn, who's this guy? This black guy with a beard, he's playing Tekken. Like, who's this guy? And then I gained another whole audience. Like, but even on that, this was the first time we done a dual stream. Like, it's never been done before. So I streamed on Twitch and he streamed on Africa TV. That's never been done before, right? These are the things that people need to be doing. Like, I feel like the safe space of what people are doing, of like, reaction videos, tier lists, bro, it's only going to get you so far, right? I'm thinking of the bigger picture here. As in, I'm thinking of, I want people, and this is not even for just myself. This is for everyone. I want everyone to get to the space where it's like, look, I can run a whole yard by this. As in, I can get a mortgage off of this, right? I can get that serious money. And it is possible. I am telling you, it is possible. Like, it's I'm C4IQ says, are you not worried about clout sharks when thinking about who you collaborate with, or does this not matter to you? So that's a very, very good question, a very, very solid question. When it comes, one of the things about clout sharks is you could have clout sharks all now and you don't know. That is the whole thing of life. Like, you could have someone there, even family members, that could just be talking to you because you're just doing something popular at the time. But if you wasn't, they probably wouldn't be around you. Like, this is all forms of life, bro. But the thing with people that are rich, people that are actually successful in business, is they all take risks. Like, all of them. They took a risk in their life. And that's what makes them different from the average Joe. Average Joe plays it safe. They want to do a normal 9 to 5. They want to be chilled. They want to make sure that they've got something going on. Whereas the people that take a risk, they are the people that, it has to be calculated, by the way. I'm not saying, doing gambling or doing something stupid and throwing your money away.
Saying throw your money away.
Right, yeah. So I'm not saying that. I'm saying, if, say, for example, I had, let's say, for example, 20,000, and I was like, okay, I want to go and get a studio and I want to start doing content. Do I go and get a studio or do I go and get a place? If I want to play it safe and I'm like, maybe I'll go and get just a place to live. That's what I'll use 20,000 on. Then you've played it safe. However, if someone says, oh, I'm going to get a studio and I'm going to stay at my family's house and I'm really going to go hard with content and see how it goes, that is a risk. Because you could potentially lose all of that money. And it would be for what for? When I could have just done it in my parents' house. These are the risks that I'm talking about. And trust me, it's like, oh man, I wish I could say so more, but it's like,
it's hard, man.
I've seen and done a lot of stuff. And I'm telling you, when I talk about stuff on Twitter, this is not for engagement farms. This is none of that stuff. I am living proof of stuff that I'm saying. Like,
I agree.
With no, like, man, I feel like I'm just flaming on you lot, bro. I don't mean to be. It's just, I've done this stuff with my community, right? There's not been no handouts or stuff like that. And also, I've extended arms to everyone. You was one of them. You know what I'm saying? When it came to Guilty Gear, bro, I don't know nothing about Guilty Gear, but I'll get you lot to come and teach me. You, this person, that person, that person, that person. Get everyone on board. Do you know? I don't. And the same with Soul Calibur. Like, Soul Calibur was one other one that I went into. I got Party Wolf to do that. And then obviously the one that I couldn't do was Street Fighter because everyone was just to themselves. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, I gotta keep it real. Jay spitting. I'm not like, it is what it is. Like, I don't know, man. When it comes to content creation, I don't know. If you want me to keep it real here, I do feel like one of the biggest problems we do have is like this lack of creativity, lack of, it's, you actually create content.
Yeah.
Brother, you know what I mean? Like, you know what it means to edit a video. You know what a keyframe is,
Mm-hmm.
You get a lot of people out here, they won't even use like the basic editor that Twitch gives you to, they'll just upload a whole VOD and be like, yeah, man, check out my tournament run. Like, I'm over here doing things, even on my side, right? Like, I'm editing this now. Hopefully I get it out tomorrow, but there's that, challenge of like taking a character from bronze rank to master rank. I legit took Aki from platinum to masters in one shot.
Damn.
Now, a lot of people be like, man, you're crazy to do something like that. Right, I am. The risk taking. I'm used to 24-hour streams and doing them long things. In fact, for me, getting her to master was like 14 hours. Now imagine if I went from bronze. It'd have been even longer.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But my thing is, like, these are the types of things that are being done in other areas, right? So, like, one of my favorite streamers it's Timmy. He did that with Apex, Valorant. He did from bronze to masters in one shot. 55 hours for that cat. And I'm like, man, I tried it in Guilty Gear. I did it with Jacko. Didn't really get the same kind of love. I'm doing it again here with Street Fighter. When I streamed it, they were like, man, you're crazy. And views were there for it. People were like, yo, you're still going? I'm like, yep, still going. And I'm editing that video. I've been editing that video for a good week and a half now. That's 15 hours worth of content, you guys. That's 40 gigs on Premiere Pro. So you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm still streaming and I'm still doing other things. I have an editor now. Shout out to Ghost from Third Strike and my other editors.
I'm so happy. We've had that conversation.
Yes.
That's why you're laughing. That's why.
We've had that conversation. So yes.
Thank you.
So you know what I'm saying? So I'm really happy to be able to like see. You see, guys. Also, even though I have editors, I'm still grinding out. I'm still making the thumbnails. I'm still busting my tail. And to be honest with you, I'm being so real. Jay just said it. We had that conversation before. He's like, man, you need an editor. You need help. Da da da. And you know, I tried to be a superhero about it, and then I realized I can't do this alone. Like, I need a team. I need help. And in doing so, I've gotten more proficient and getting stuff out between me and the team. And it's like, it's fantastic. You know what I mean? It's one of the best things I could have ever done for myself as a content creator. But again, notice it didn't stop me from editing, right? I'm still here making keyframes. I'm still editing. I'm still putting the memes. I'm still putting in work. And I think that's part of what I feel the players need to learn how to do. Literally, even if you don't want to pay for Premiere Pro, just get, there's what was it? DaVinci. DaVinci is free. Go learn how to use it. It's free. Go learn how to use it. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's part of the other problem I have with like FGC content is like the players themselves don't want to edit. And I get it. Not everyone wants to edit, and I get it. You can pay someone to do it. That's totally fine too. But at least come with more than just the tier list. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I do them too. I'm not gonna tell you guys I don't, right? That's just part of like the cycle, right? But in doing something where I'm playing a character for a long period of time on a stream and jetting that down, that's digestible for you guys. Like 15 hours is now where I'm at in that video is like 48 to 50 minutes. Think about that, you guys. I jetted all that down.
That is crazy.
Yeah. So I don't know. Jay just said it best. You gotta learn how to take risks and just try different things in the space.
Nah, I hear it. IMC4IQ says, do you think it's good to advise people to take risk once you've done yourself, where more than 50% of people will not be able to make it due to the space they're in or just failing as an individual, specifically in FG fighting games? I personally would say yes, purely because I feel like I'm that person that I remember I've been doing this for over a decade. So it's not been like, oh, I got the olive branch and someone said, hey man, collab with me and your channel was fine. Nah, I had to take loads of L's. Loads of L's, man. There is content that, I've gone overseas, done this and thought, okay, let me try this. They will love this. Bro, that stuff didn't even hit over 1,000, bro. Like, I've had to take serious L's, countless times. I've even, debated many times. Even there's parts of this year where I was like, oh, do I just stop now? And I know people will look and be like, bro, how can he say that when he's got, 63,000 on Twitch and, 69,000 on YouTube? Bro, do you know the hardest part about working in the fighting game space is the fact that a lot of people do not support fighting games. So yeah, as much as people consume your content or people might be watching on the streams, you will get people complaining about a load of things. Like, people complain about ads being on your stream. People complain about, there's ads being on the YouTube video. People complain about, the video being too long. People will complain about everything. People don't really want to sub to fighting game streamers. I'm not saying that you have to. By the way, I'm making a clear disclaimer. I'm not saying you have to, but in other games, I've seen people that are, a lot smaller than me in terms of size, and they're playing a shooting game. They've probably got way more subscribers than I have, and it's purely because the casuals love shooting games, and the casuals, if they will feel like, it's a lot more easier to get involved in those games. And we're talking even the esports circuit of things,
just casually, just playing it normally.
And I don't want to dive too much away from it, but put it this way: when it comes to esports, you can find out who's who in terms of the players on Fortnite, Valorant and stuff like that. It's not hard for me to find it, and commentators as well. You see, like when it comes to like Tekken, Capcom, like, Street Fighter and all that stuff. Yeah, you can see the players who are ranked, but where are the interviews? Where is the story? Like, why would I want to buy into something that has no story? I just see JPEGs of people.
I have words. I have so many words for that.
Take it away from it.
I have so many words for
that. Segue it to you.
So you know what the irony about that is?
Mm-hmm.
the pro players aren't what carry the content. It's the content creators that carry the pro players on the other side of the games. If you guys actually do your research, there's a lot more. Like the pro players, they do have their content, right? If they're with the team or whatever, of course, they have their content. But like, you have people like Quarter Jade or like Timmy just recently got picked up by 100 Thieves, right? ASU, some of these other people, and they're not really like ASU for Apex for the longest time. He stopped playing competitive. He's just like, I'm just a casual player. You know, he's high level, but he can compete. But he's just chilling. He's just making content and enjoying himself. You know what I mean? And all the other pro Apex players, they're doing just fine, but he's doing even better. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like on our side of things, the casuals, like, or what I even say, I don't even know how to put it. Maybe like the lesser known creators don't get the love despite being creative, and then it's the top players that get most of the love. And I'm not gonna say every top player makes good content, but I'm saying they do have stuff that's, you know, serviceable, right? And I mean that very lightheartedly, you guys. So don't take that harsh, right? It's just part of the problem with our space here is like they see that and they think that's all that there is, right? So it's like, and in a lot of ways too, in our space, what also kind of sucks, and it's kind of teetering off a little bit, but he who goes first, right? So if top player puts out something first, it doesn't matter how well it's edited, it doesn't matter how much effort was put into it. It was out first, therefore only there. You know what I mean? And so like if someone else has something to say about maybe said topic, maybe you'll tune into it, maybe you'll tap in, maybe you won't. It just depends. Maybe someone shared the content, right? Because I don't know. To me, it just kind of all just goes hand in hand, like how content's shared, how it's pushed on YouTube, who's doing the pushing, who's not, et cetera, et cetera. It's like, that's why we said earlier, there's so many layers to it, man. But like, just to swing it back, just again, on the other side of things, Apex, Valorant, the pro players are not carrying the content. It's the content creators that's carrying that. So again, that's the part of the reason, like, just because I talk about Timmy a lot, Timmy's one of my favorite streamers, still is. Timmy he was a pro player at first for a minute in Apex and then stopped and did content as he did those feats like bronze to masters, bronze to Apex, bronze to Radiant or whatever, and he did those as challenges, and those are like world records that he set, and then he got picked up. You know what I mean? Now he's doing competitive.
What's his X account? Bro, I feel so cringe saying that, bro. What's his Twitter account?
I got you. It should be.
I'm saying, what's his X? What the hell?
I got you. I'm gonna send it to you. I'll send it to you on Discord.
Alright, sick. Do you think creativity, content creators, is more important than skill and talent? Top players in the scene. Content creators are, now this is gonna be controversial.
It is.
And I didn't want to touch this one, but content creators are more important than skill and talent in these games. Now you have to hear me out on this one. If you feel like skill and talent was at the top, then why did all of these pro players get into content creation? Why did they start streaming? You can look at examples. Brian F started doing content and he's killing it. He doesn't even, from me, I don't even know if he even needs a sponsor at this rate. Same with Punk. Punk is killing it with content. I don't even know if he needs a sponsor at this rate. You know, Kingjae K, I don't know if he needs a sponsor at this rate too. They've been killing it so much with content that they've gained their own fan base. And some could say, it's skill and stuff like that. You have to be somewhat good at the game. But the content creation side and getting your audience and stuff like that, they now can demand what they want, right? You could be a skilled player, have no social media, and you ain't getting anything, man. I'll be honest. You might get a sponsor, but they are going to take the absolute pennies away from you because you have no worth, right? The content creation gives you the worth, you know? And as much as people might be like, oh, no, but, you know, if you're a good player, then you get all the views. And not necessarily. There's players better than me at Tekken, but I would still get more views than them. That's just facts. And that's because I realize content creation is the key to everything. I disagree, but it might be because I'm a commentator. Commentator is not the same thing as being a player. Like, if you're talking about like commentary is completely different. I'm talking about content creation. You can't compare content creation and commentator. Like, they're two different realms.
I do want to speak on something here in the chat.
Sure.
So Realist mentioned that Valorant streamers, that thing that Timmy did, the Radiant content's getting ripped for smurfing and beating up on lower ranked players' reviews. I mean, see, stuff like that is still
Whoa.
so
That's
so
crazy.
so that did happen, but it's only Valorant. But I'm gonna tell it to you right now. I'm on his channel right now for YouTube.
Yeah.
That one with the Valorant, 5.9 million views. Now let me tell you what the Apex one did. 13 million views. Who cares? Of course, it's controversial. Controversial content's always gonna push. He's mostly known as an Apex player, but he stepped in as an Apex player and went into that, and still did it. And the funny thing is, they've been doing that in League of Legends for years. It's just that they just wanted to attack Timmy. That's all. I was there for the whole thing, man. Trust. Like I said, that's one of that. It's Timmy's my favorite streamer / content creator right now. And he just wanted to do it for the challenge. He didn't. It wasn't about smurfing on purpose to beat low ranked players. Like when he got there, he was out of those ranks really quickly.
But it's crazy that they have those type of rules though, because in Tekken people will change their name and do like, different types of like, they go back down to a rank. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think that's still a bit like raw. Like, why is that a thing?
So in Street Fighter, I learned when I did mine that they have anti-smurf protection. That's why I couldn't, because I had two master characters, which was Kimberly and Cammy. When I tried to do it with what's her name, it put me in bronze. It put me in plat 1 instead of, putting me at the very bottom.
Oh, but that's the thing where you got to fight characters at 10 in a row, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, by your skill. I mean, but had you have lost, would they put you in bronze if you lost all 10 games?
I lost all 10 games.
Oh, and they put you in platinum.
Still put me in platinum. So the game has anti-smurf. Yeah, the game does have smurf protection. So that's good on Capcom. That's actually good on Capcom. That
is crazy. I did not know that. That's crazy.
Yeah. Because people were like, when I did it, they're like, why don't you make another account? I'm like, I'm not about to buy this game again just to do this. But I mean, it still took time. Now I get that like it may seem super controversial and the Valorant community was upset. It's not gonna stop him from playing Valorant. It's not gonna stop him from getting stream sniped. He's still cold at the game. Like it didn't. People being upset is gonna get them to talk about it, and that's all. No matter what, Jay knows this. Any press is good press. So if you're gonna talk about him negatively, the Apex one once again 13 million, and that one has 5.9. You want to talk about them? They're gonna go see it. They're gonna be like, no way he did this, and then what are they gonna do? Go and comment on it? It's all interaction, baby. It's all interaction. So it doesn't matter how the community feels about it. He's still gonna do it, and it's not gonna. Yeah, sure, he may not do it anymore, right? But it's said and done. It's said and done. It doesn't matter. It's over with. It now got him on 100 Thieves with Nate Shot. That's all I can say. He's on 100 Thieves while I'm not, and while everyone else is complaining. They're not. He has a whole merch line. They don't.
This is what I'm saying.
He's eating on his YouTube right now. And the people complaining are not. That's all there is to it.
This is what I'm saying, man. It's like, when you really check it, yeah. Like, when I look at, like, outside of fighting games, it's like, bro, they just got it, man. Like, they got it down to a T, man. Like, absolutely everything. And what I mean by it, it's like I'm on his channel now, and I'm looking at, he has 3 different channels, like separate to his main one, right? He's got the shorts, he's got another one, he's got another one as well. And like, if you look at these thumbnails of him, super HD, lighting, everything. He must have went to a studio, or 100 fees might have paid for him to go to a studio. Lighting and everything, he looks phenomenal. Like this picture, the thumbnails looks absolutely sick, right? Now you compare that to a fighting game one, and we're talking, the top, bro. They're not looking like these thumbnails, bro.
They don't look like this. Nope.
And we're talking about like, even if I go and click into, I click into a video, like they know about the 30-second rule, about like, keeping viewers engaged within the 30 seconds. Otherwise, people are going to click off. They know about this stuff. Like, all of them. I don't even have to watch him to know this. I just know. The Valorant community, Apex, League of Legends, they all know about it. But when it comes to the fighting games, again, I honestly feel like we're just not talking enough to each other, man. There's someone that gets a split of, an audience, and they don't want to talk to no one anymore. Like, bro, I've been able to talk to people through the longevity of my career in this, fighting game space. Nothing has changed. We had our conversation with Guilty Gear. That was like probably 2 or 3 years ago. Yep. Nothing's changed. My channel got bigger. It doesn't mean I can't go and reach out and say, hey, we need to have a conversation about this on Discord.
Once again, my man legit hit me up. Hey, are you free to do? How much time? 1 hour. I got you.
Do you see what I'm saying?
No hesitation. I'm gonna always say it.
This was I hit him up and said, yeah, are you ready in an hour? Like, that's how it was. That's just how I am as a person. I'm not shy to communicate and be like, hey, look, we need to, I want to have this conversation. Like, I am super interested to hear what you have to say, because again, you're a content creator and you understand the space. And I don't feel like when people are, responding to this post that's absolutely going crazy every time when I look at it, it's like they don't understand, they don't get it. They don't get what I am trying to say. And
it's because they're just, most people look at it as players, and it's something, I'm not even gonna lie, I'll say it even here on your podcast, I had to learn to stop being a player.
Yep.
To a degree.
Yep.
To do this right.
100%.
Like, you have to separate player brain from content creator brain. Yes, I have a lot of crazy ideas that I want to do, but in order to do them, I have to separate content creator from player, and then know when to mix both together. I'm gonna be a player now, and then I'm gonna be a content creator when I'm done. Because what I have set up here is to be a player, and then I mix that shit up, and I turn it into something great. You know what I mean? Whether I do it on stream or off stream, like, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Like, and it's sort of a knock, but just understand where I'm coming from when I say this, you guys. Like, if you're making content and you're just taking from stream, and you're not at least taking the time to edit it or pass it off to an editor, and you're throwing stuff up, no thumbnail. Like, there was some people, man, I won't say any names, but there's people that were out here just pulling up that stuff, throwing it up, no tags, no description, and then you put titles like Maximilian, and you wonder why you're not getting any numbers. You're not playing the game right. Like, this works. Like, there's etiquette to this. And if you're busting out, like, the thumbnail is just a screenshot from the video clip that YouTube gives you, don't be mad why you're not getting views. Don't be like, and the sad part, I'm telling you guys this, and there are people that were doing this at the high level. Please understand. That is a legit thing. I don't want to say any names for the sake of just being nice, right? But, I've seen it, and I ask myself, it doesn't make any sense. Like, you have stature, you know what I mean? Like, you have to understand, people like, how Jay looking at Timmy, right? Are you familiar with Sesso?
I feel like designer? I feel like I've seen him. Yeah, he's a part of 100 Thieves, right?
Yeah, that's most likely that's most likely Timmy's thumbnail designer.
Okay. He does like this thing where he talks about, like, top text for 2023 and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like graphic design stuff. Yeah.
I used to watch him religiously, bro. Like,
that's their graphic designer. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And meanwhile, me and Jay over here busting our tail. You know, Timmy has this guy on his. He probably has. I'm not gonna say he does. I don't know, right? But let's say he does. He's on 100 Thieves. It's safe to assume, right? Like, Cecil's probably pumping out thumbnails on a regular basis for this cat. You know what I mean? So I'm veering off, but the point I know Jay's trying to make here with this post is just, we got a lot of these things down already. It's just we need to go past it. Like the things that he's doing with Knee, fantastic. Like, the fact that my man, hold on, I'm gonna just put this in perspective for you guys, and in the most rawest form, and I'm not gonna apologize for it. Jay, as a black man, went to Korea and made content in Korea. Period. He's already breaking boundaries in itself. Done.
It's actually funny because I would never ever mention it, but you get it. Like, being black in Korea is absolutely insane, bro. Like,
what else is there to say?
Like, it's actually crazy.
In its rawest form.
Like, I actually
what you want me to say?
Had to have the balls to go over there because they don't really understand the culture. They don't understand what they don't understand different from like, you know, Africa to Jamaica and all of these countries, Nigeria, Ghana and all that stuff. They just don't know. They don't teach that in their schools, right? But I said, F it, man. I want to do content. I want to get out there. I want to show you what it's like to be out in Korea. And bro, like, that content seemed to be like one of my most favorite contents of all time. And, you know, I enjoyed it. I had the most amount of fun. And that is content outside of anything else, you know, like every time we see these players, they're in these serious type of interviews about tournaments. Bro, sometimes capture them out in a different light.
Different light, yeah.
You know, seeing him laugh or seeing him have like a gun with a tie, like for his clock timer, like all of these things. You wouldn't know this if I didn't create that content, because he doesn't even talk about it or show his room or nothing. Like, I had to kind of be there, make some jokes. And remember, there is a bit of a language barrier as well. He's getting better with his English, but there's a bit of a language barrier. But because, you know, we talk and stuff like that, he's comfortable around me to talk normally, right? Even if he messes up, I'm like, yo, just chill. It's cool, man. Don't worry about it. It's fine. This is the content I want to see from other people. Like, I can't be creating all this content, podcasts, this, that, you know, collaborations. Like, bro, I'm one person. So I'm not saying that the content is not out there. That's not what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to say there is room for more people to do podcasts. It could be in a different format, you know? It could be that we're talking about something and it's like, okay, if you say something stupid, you got to take a shot of whatever alcohol you got in your thing. Like, stuff that is just funny. Like, something different, you know?
Yes.
Like, I'm giving you lot free game here because it's just, I'm tired of seeing the same streams. Even with myself, I had to review myself and I'm like, damn, is that all I do? Is I just play ranked? All right, I've got some new ideas now. Watch, after this stream today, you lot will start seeing some fresh stuff. Like, I'm tired of doing ranked. I'm tired of, like, I want to do different things. Me talking on a podcast and just talking about the, you know, the fighting game community and stuff like that. Bro, this is chilling. I'm good. You know? And it also helps everyone else that's creating content. I want to start seeing players or even just casuals go out with a camera, bro. I mean, what do I even have a camera around me? Must have a camera or something. But like,
bro, just use your phone.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I got two phones here. You could use one of your phones, right? Hey, this match is going on. Off-stream matches. What is going on? We have gone through so much years of off-stream matches. Why is there not someone dedicated off-stream recorder? Yeah. Here's this match. Bro, do you know how much people? Do you know? Chat. I'm about to lose my stuff, bro. Listen. Do you know how much matches that have been missed because no one is recorded? Bro, me playing Super Akuma and beating him, no one has the footage. This happened at Greece. That is a distant memory to people that was queuing around, right? That was it. Oh yeah, Kingjae beat him. It's a distant memory now. All these other matches on the Evo, bro, just hold your phone.
Oh my god. Dude, let me tell you about one match you guys will never see. Wawa versus Goichi. Chun-Li versus Cammy. That was a sick match at Evo.
Swear down. And that's just a distant memory. You see what I'm saying, bro? There needs
wasn't on stream.
Oh my god. Bro, there just needs to be a guy that is that guy, bro. Like, bro, you don't have to be the best player. You don't. Bro, bring out that phone and record. Like, just record. You have space on that phone. You don't even have to be the best camera. You don't even have to have, you know, anything other than, yeah, man. So this is
literally all you do is have a steady hand. Just have a steady hand. You'll be okay.
And you could hold it literally like this, bro. If you want a steady hand, you could just hold it like this. This is the best way. You don't do it like this so you're shaking and you're nervous. Grip your phone, for crying out loud, and you do this. Like you just want to just shake your phone, bro. Just hold it like this. You are good. Your arm muscle and everything ain't gonna hurt. You doing this, your arms are gonna freeze up. You're gonna be stiff. Just hold it like that, bro. You're good. Or invest in a tripod. That's it. You could get them for like £10 for mobile phones. They are dirt cheap.
They're dirt cheap. They're dirt cheap. They are very dirt cheap.
This is all I was trying to say in that post, because I feel like when people saw it, it was like, oh yeah, well, he's not looking at me, bro. I have seen the smallest YouTubers, and I have left comments on them. Avatar, y'all see me comment on small YouTuber channels, right? Yeah. There's been many people that see me comment on smaller YouTube channels, because I do not care about your size for the comment. I just want to see people create content in this space, so then I can consume and say, hey, this guy does good content, and everyone else can. I'm not saying it for, the engagements on Twitter. I can't stress this enough. I'm saying this because I care about the space, and I care about the new people that are coming in, because a lot of people have come to me behind doors, and they've said, I'm nervous about fighting games. Oh, what do you think about this? What's your advice on this? What's your take on this? And I'm like, bro, you have to do it, bro. Oh, but I don't think they're gonna watch. Bro, release it. Like, just put it out there. Oh, but what about this deathmatch is 2 hours? Cut it down to 10 minutes. Maybe just cut the last match where you got promotion. Like, how else can I get that? Oh, dude. And everything I said in this bit, fighting game podcast, reactions, reviewing trailers, these are all big things to help you get out there. You don't even have to be like, again, like I said, the top player. Everyone thinks, oh, you have to be the top player. No, people want to hear views. You have a nice, juicy, thumbnail. You have a good title. People click in. If your video is presented well, and if that 30-second mark is good, I am watching for a lot longer than 30 seconds. That is what I've been trying to tell people for the longest time. Some people don't need to do that formula. I don't need to really do it that much anymore, because I've got my audience and I've got my community. However, if you are starting this and you're out there watching this and you're listening to me now, bro, follow that formula. A juicy thumbnail, a nice title, first 30 seconds being interesting. Like, it could be just, oh, you're chopping up certain things, or you're like, oh my god, I can't believe I just done this. I've got this rank, but here's how I done it. Boom. Make that the sub drop sound. Doom. Black screen. Yeah, man. And then it starts, bro. Like, I want everyone to win, bro. This is all I care about. This is why I do these podcasts, bro. I was literally looking after my daughter all day today, bro. She gone to sleep. I said, all right, cool. I'm gonna drive to the studio. I want to do a podcast. Like, I honestly care. I want people to grow in this space. I've seen it work. I'm looking at other people, bro, and I'm saying, this guy over here in Apex, this guy over here in this field, they're doing this. But when I'm looking at fighting games, it's the same. Oh, it's the same stuff. They want to drop it out fast. It is the fast food. Like, it is, but it's the bad fast food. When you look at when you're trying to go to Uber Eats and you're like, oh, or whatever food online delivery thing, yeah, and you're looking at all the stuff. It's a late night. You're thinking, damn, they got pizza, but I don't trust this place. That's what FGC is, right? They're doing the bottom of the barrel. Oh, like, for example, these characters in Tekken 8. Oh, they even title it or thumbnail it properly, even though what they're doing is bad. They even do proper thumbnails. They just sap it up, not even make it tidy. But then if you look at even like some of these other people, they will do content and not make it tidy. No good title, nothing. And it's like, bruh, there is people out there that can help you. There's people, even if you don't even have the confidence to, you can always look around, look at other channels, analyze.
Do your research.
How are they doing this? Do you know what I mean? How are they doing this? Like, this guy, Tilly says, because they play to their current audiences only. Playing to your current audiences is not going to grow you. Your current audience is going to go. If you really want me to be harsh to you, I'm going to spit some game to you for free. Your current audience stays, but if you're still doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, they're going to go to someone else. That's it. It's like you being in a relationship and this person has the same thing going on and on and on and on and on. They don't do anything different to spice up the relationship. Then the relationship's eventually going to fail, right? That is the exact same thing with your communication with your audience, right? If I keep seeing ranked matches over and over and over again on your YouTube. Okay, man, I've seen it like 2 years, 3 years in.
That literally. So I'll add to what he's saying, right? I want you guys to really hear what I'm saying, because this is one of the harshest realities that, like, I think a lot of people are gonna have to learn, and I think you should learn it now. For real. Stop using Maximilian. Stop using Super. Stop using these like $2 million or these 2 million subscriber channels as your starting point. They had to come up they came up at a different time.
Yep.
The way the algorithm and how YouTube works now, it's ever changing.
Yep.
What worked for them back then don't work now. Let it be known. When you make your comparison, don't be like, oh, well, Maximilian did this, or well, Super did that one, or did this. Different time frame. You have to respect that. You have to build your brand, build your audience, build and build and build and build, and don't be afraid to take L's. This shit is hard. There's stuff that I've done that I think that's super creative. It doesn't get the views, but you know what? It never stopped me. I still leave it out there. You know, I could take it off. I'm one of those people where, like, I understand some people treat their channels a little differently, where they like, something doesn't work, they take it down. I respect it. I understand, but I don't. Unless it's just not relevant to my channel anymore, which I have proven and cleaned my channel up over the course of time, of course, right? But generally speaking, most things that I put out now, I'm really confident in. You know what I mean? And like, that's one of the few things that you really need in this space. And if you just, even if you're not making fighting game content, but we're just on the notion of fighting content, you have to be confident and do your best to not just, it's always good to look at your competition and look at the space and see what's here, right? But try to go past it, right? Don't, like, the bar is so high here, right? Like, you, me, Jay, you know, Yaya, if C4 decides to do it, any of you guys in chat, you guys can go past even us.
Yep.
But it's not about going past us. It's about, we have to grow the space. And in order to grow the space, you got to be creative. You can't be afraid to do stuff. That's part of the risk taking. Part of the risk taking is spending. Jay's finna, he's finna resonate with this. Watch. Spending those late nights not getting no sleep. Spending those nights with Red Bull. Spending those nights with coffee. Spending those nights with the late night food. Grinding it out to 4 or 5 a.m.
Hold on.
You know?
Do you see these bags under the eyes? You see them? This is because I have to sacrifice something, right? And this is what the FGC don't understand. They see content, but they don't see what it took to get to that content. They don't understand.
They just see the finished product and they don't know what went into it.
They don't know, you know, if I have an editor and, you know, we're talking, and they don't know if, like, you know, I've had to then do like something crazy for this content to be out there. He said it's 1 a.m. in the UK right now. It's 1:29. Yeah, exactly. Bro, like I said to you, I've been looking after my daughter and for the whole day. I didn't get here until 11 p.m., which is when I first got into it, and I plunked my ass on this seat. I then went onto Twitter and I said, oh, Kensou, you want to come on this? You want to do a podcast? You know, we're doing an hour. I had some stuff back end that I needed to do. I had to do emails. I had to do this. I had to do invoices for stuff. I then had to do, like, I had to then pay people in my team to do certain things. Like, bro, they were, and then I was ready. Like, it took an hour to do that. I still haven't finished everything that I need to do. Like, and this is me being completely transparent with you. None of you don't know how hard it is to maintain, and especially keep a studio in in London, not even in anywhere. It's not Birmingham, Manchester. In London. London is one of the most expensive places, and I think anyone from London can tell you that, to actually rent somewhere that's not your actual house, right? There's a lot that goes into this, a lot of hard work, a lot of grind. There's sometimes I'm even a person that, you know, sometimes I forget and I'll be like, oh, you know what? I need to go. I need to do this. I need to do that, because it's super overwhelming right now. I have to be a whole brand. I have to make sure that everyone in my team is protected. I have to make sure that everyone in my home is protected. I have to make sure my audience is satisfied. I then have to make trips to overseas because I'm now trying to get different audiences. So when I'm going Evo, when I've gone Saudi Arabia, when I've gone Philippines, when I've gone, bro.
Like, you know,
Jay? Let me spit some more. This whole year I've took 9 or 10 trips for the whole year overseas, right? Only one of them was paid for, right? Everything else was self-funded. So let that sink in. So when you're saying about, like, when I'm talking about losses and stuff like that, maybe $1,000 or $2,000 here to go and do this or go over there might be a loss to someone else, someone that doesn't understand content creation, to a 9-to-5er. That might be a big loss, because it's like, oh, okay, why are you spending 1,500 or $2,000 to go over there when your content's only probably going to get 1,000 views?
Yep, and there it is. There it is.
See, I didn't. I wouldn't even finish. I didn't even finish, bro. But a lot of people don't understand. It's not a loss. It's an investment.
It's an investment,
right? Everything that I've been doing, the investment, it doesn't make sense, but it's a risk, right? When I went to the Philippines, they were treating me like I was, like, I don't know, someone's like superior out there. They showed me the most amount of love, and it was insane. I went to Evo. Yeah, I've got content out there. Again, it doesn't equate to stuff straight away, right?
It's over time.
It's over time. It's over time. You know, going Greece again. Like, Greece doesn't, like, my audience ain't over Greece, but they can now say Kingjae's gone to Greece. They can now say that they've seen me and met me in Greece. Same way they could say they met me in Saudi Arabia. Same way they could say they've met me in, you know, all of these other places. And I'm now networking, meeting people. There's people in there that, you know, I could be in a space now that there could be a developer over there. And it's like, oh.
Are y'all listening to my man right now?
Do you see what I'm saying?
It is more like content creation isn't. My man's just trying to break barriers. Do you understand? Like, we're out here trying to break barriers. We're not trying to sit here at the desk. We can sit at the desk easy with our mics just like this, get shit popping, and we can get shit moving. But
we're doing more,
the risk that we take, it's an investment. Like, look, Jaden told you about how many places he done travel to.
That's just for this year. I've been to 4 Evos. And we're not even talking Evo Japans. I've been to 2 Evo Japans. I've been to 4 Evos. There's no one funding me. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, there's no Bandai Namco saying, hey, go over to these countries. I'm not even expecting them to. But I'm saying there's no one. I have to do all of this hard work. Make it happen. You know? Like, it's all about the grind. And again, there's probably other people in this space that are probably doing their thing too, because I don't want to discredit them. They're probably doing their thing, doing whatever they're doing. But I can only tell you what I know and the risk that I need to take to get to where I've been to, for you lot to kind of understand. Hopefully it motivates whoever's a content creator out there. But I've had to take these risks for me to kind of get to the space and position that I'm in, right? So it doesn't work by just sitting here and saying, oh, I'm going to stream. I hope for the best while I'm on this island and shout, hey, I'm here. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work like that. You have to move. And even at the numbers I'm at, I'm still moving. I'm still trying to go to other countries to then get an audience. And when I go to these other countries, my stuff grows, right? Oh, Kingjae is here. Oh, he's from the UK. Oh, that stuff works, right? Even if you lot are doing different things, like I said, I've given you lot a big idea that I think it could be big in 5 years. Like, I'm not even 2 years. I believe someone going to tournaments as a casual and filming offline matches and uploading it to a YouTube would do numbers. I am telling you from now, because no one is doing it. That archive will be online forever, right? Until when, you know, the thing crashes or whatever. But you have that archive. If someone filmed a big match, let's say, for example, Daigo versus, I don't know, Smug, and Smug beats him. It's like, oh my gosh, he done something sick in the match. You own that content. And, bro, if it's something else, if you're doing different games, oh my gosh. You can be known for the guy, bro. That is something for you. I am giving you this gem because it is such a big thing that is missing. Same with a podcast. If someone is doing podcasts with people the whole time, I'm not saying get the same person on. I'm saying getting people that do not agree with you, which is why I did what I did yesterday. I want to get people that have different views. If you keep getting like people that don't agree with you and you can have a conversation like a human being and an adult, that is content. So that's why I'm saying I can't do podcasts all the time. It's not my thing. But me doing this stuff, this is just showing you it's how easy it is to do, right? Not people coming and saying to me, hey man, I do this and I'm in this space. And no, that's not what I want to hear. I want to see you reaching out there to those people, right? I've had a podcast with Justin Wong, and you know, I've not spoken to Justin Wong before the podcast like that, and I was able to get him on. You know, same with Rufo Monga, same with all of these people. Stop sitting in your bubble. There's a whole wide world out there.
Facts. Super facts. Like, you have to get out of your bubble, and for what it's worth, step out of the FGC space for a bit and actually just look around. It's kind of crazy what's out here. Like, there's so many things that can be taken, I mean, without giving you any ideas, right? So without giving you anything as an idea, right? You doing your own research, you'll find it. You see what I'm saying? That's why when sometimes people ask me when I have these kinds of talks on my own stream, you know, what should I do? I said, my research is catered toward what I like, you know, and what I like, I want to take from those areas and bring into here. You're gonna have to do your own research and find what you like and bring that over here for you as well. Because there's someone out there thinking the same way you are, just on a different plane. They might be on, maybe they play Yu-Gi-Oh! You can grab something from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Space and maybe use that. Maybe you can grab something from League. Maybe you can grab something from Smite. Maybe you can grab something from the dude that makes Tales of, you know, Destiny or whatever, some RPG channel. You can pull something from there. Shoot, here's an easy one, Hot Ones. Jay just said it, you know, we talk something. Every time you get hit by an electric, you have to take a shot, or you have to eat a hot wing, or you have to take a bite of a hot wing. It sounds stupid, but I guarantee you that video would do numbers. It would bang, because it's different. It's not just, here it is, watch. I'm gonna just speak it. If it happens, it happens. Imagine Jay and Nee playing, and then if Jay loses, he has to eat those spicy ass Korean noodles.
Bro, I'm not trying to do that shit, bro. I'll be honest. I'm not trying to do that, bro. I'm not trying to do
Hey, you know, but not to put my man on the spot. You know,
I'm not trying to do that, bro.
but I'm just saying, you know, like something along those lines, whether it's a shot of soju or whatever, you know, it could be something like, I don't know, Nee loses or something, then he has to wear Jay's hat and he has to do a whole video intro like Jay. Come on, like, would you not be entertained by that? Like, Nee completely does a whole, he has to do it exactly like Jay, mannerisms and all. Can you imagine that?
But imagine if we switch roles. If we switch roles. That's what I'm saying. There's so much that is gonna happen. But I can't, like, bro, we have like me. You ain't gotta say it. We have.
I see it in your face. You gotta say
bro,
it.
I'm really, because you know what it is? We have stuff planned for next year. They don't know. We have stuff planned for next year. I'm not gonna say too much. I'm gonna keep quiet. I'm gonna keep quiet.
I'm good.
But if they thought the first and the second one was funny, yeah, like, bro, there's stuff outside the box. Like I said,
I'm sipping my water. I'm good.
Bro, there's even the fact that I'm gonna be. Do you know? Remember Sagat from Street Fighter, the film, the movie? Bro, I'm going Thailand to train with him. As in, you're gonna see me take my t-shirt off. I'm not in the best of shape, but you're gonna see me take my t-shirt off, and I'm gonna try and do Muay Thai. Like, this is content that is completely outside of the box, right?
Hold on now. Whoa, Dave's out here. Okay, you see. Say less, brother.
And I'm not.
See you guys.
And
He's out here.
And I'm not gonna lie. There's even more stuff. You know, there's even more stuff. Just remember, I play Leroy. Leroy does Wing Chun. I'm not gonna say no more. That's what I'm gonna say. There is so much stuff and ideas that are outside of the box, but we're all playing it super safe. Like, we're all scared of what people are gonna say. We're all scared of bro, who cares? Them same people that you think are gonna say stuff, bro, like, they're not your audience. So why do you care?
Yeah, don't care.
You have
not
to.
That important.
You have to think outside of the box, and I am telling you from now, like, bro, Jay's coming to New York, bro. I can't say too much, but yeah, bro, there's some stuff, and it's like, I just want to do something different, bro. Every time when I'm trying to do stuff, like the whole flying to different places, it's just like I don't see anyone doing these things like that. Like everyone that goes to tournaments, they're there for the tournament, then they're gone. Like, bro, I want to see the whole experience. Where did you go? Like in Greece, we went to Acropolis. I was showing people how we climbed up the Acropolis. Then I'm showing them the tournament, and then that's it. You know, even Manila, like I'm showing them like one of the steak places where I went to. So if they go to Philippines and they go to Manila, you can try out the steak place too. That place was nice. Do you see what I'm saying? These are the ideas that I want to start getting into people's heads where, like, you know, you're seeing like this whole travel. Remember, travel is a different kind of content, but I'm mixing travel with gaming. They're going together, right?
Right.
And it crosses over. Like, bro, I'll be honest with you. My dad watches that type of content. He doesn't care about the gameplay. He cares about the going overseas and seeing what I'm doing overseas. And that's same with probably his friends and stuff like that. They want to see that content. They don't care about frames and me talking about who's on the tier list and stuff like that. It's different content that can help grow the audience. They might even look at that content and be like, oh, I like this content. I'm now going to watch something else of Kingjae. Oh, what's he talking about here? And this is how content creation works. It's a very hard job. It's content creation doesn't mean you slap a video up here and you just put it on your channel. It means thinking outside of the box on the creativity that you have on your VODs, your videos, your streams, you know, how you can get people to be engaged. There is so much layers to the onion when it comes to these things, bro. Serious. I can't stress it enough.
So, Jay spitting, y'all like he's throwing gems at y'all. And like my only hope is for those that are watching it kind of catch what's being said. I'm doing my best to do my part here as well and like let you guys know that like it's you have to understand, even though all this comes from like a place of love. If maybe I seem like I may be a little brash with some things that was said about don't worry about maxing them, but it's true. Like you can't worry about them. You have to worry about yourself and grind. And like I can assure you, as someone that's been doing this for such a long time, I've taken advice from Jay myself. You know, like I said, we've had talks before. In the
vice versa. I don't want this to be. It wasn't a one way. I've taken advice from you too.
It wasn't. Fair. True. I mean, let me rephrase that. We've had conversations about content, right? And we both learn from each other about certain things, certain aspects, and looking at things, vice versa, right? So like, you can always learn from other people. It's just connect, man. Like, don't be afraid. Like, I assure you, man. Like, fighting games have so much to them, especially now with things like, here's another gem. Why don't we have Street Fighter 6 as avatar battles? Why is there not avatar battle content? We have extreme battle. Why is there no extreme battle content? Like, it can't all just be tournament run, my tournament run, and my tournament run. Oh, by the way, my tournament run, and my tournament run again, and my other tournament run from the last tournament run from the other. It's like, dude,
let me ask you a question. I got a good one now. I got a very good question for you. What's the difference between the tournament CEO and the tournament combo breaker? When you watch it, watch an experience. What's the difference? And I don't want to hear about those little side tournaments they have. I'm talking about the main games. I'm talking about, and when I say little tournament, side tournaments, they're not little, they're big. I like their side tournaments.
Right.
But granted, we're talking about Street Fighter 6 tournament. We're talking about a Tekken 7 tournament. You watch the same one in CEO and combo breaker. What's the difference?
I'd say atmosphere and presentation.
On the stream. Okay.
It's really just atmosphere and presentation, because like combo breaker has, I guess it's like I said, it's just presentation based on motif, since combo breaker is more street urban.
Okay.
You're gonna get that, whereas a CEO is more based around wrestling. So
you're saying it from a graphic designer view. You're not saying it as a viewer, right? So where I'm trying to go with this, what you said is nice, because I do graphic design and stuff too, so I understand the whole street look and stuff. I think I love it because it creates a different thing, and you know, Street Fighter has emulated that into their Street Fighter 6 game with the whole, you know, you're in the garage where when you're selecting the players, then the garage opens and then you're walking out and the thing. Amazing, absolutely amazing. They just done like a collaboration with like, you know, some music artists as well recently. Absolutely phenomenal. But we're talking about what is the viewer experience that is different from watching CEO and combo breaker when it comes to the main games.
I see what you're saying. It's
the same. You know it's the same, right? And what I mean by that is you have player 1, player 2, player 1 goes through. Boom. Okay, you see the brackets up on the screen when it comes to top 8. Oh yeah, this they got their commentary, they got their downtime. Boom, it comes up. Oh, they got their winner, they got their ceremony. It's done. Aren't you bored of that now, bro? You've been competing for how many years? So have I. Aren't you bored of that now? Where is the winner? Like, I'll give another few gems. Where is the winner interviews? Where is the story? Where is the grudge matches? Where is the background checks on what is going on? Like, for example, if, like, I don't know, who could I think off the top of my head? Brian F and Smug Play. Oh, they both used to use Balrog and Street Fighter 5. Who do you think is the better Balrog? Like, just the hype. Where is it? It's not there, man. I don't really watch tournaments anymore, bro. I used to love sitting there watching pools as well. I used to love it, bro. I used to be watching glued to my seat, bro. I just watch whatever comes up on Vent Hubs now. I don't even watch tournaments anymore, and I just watch maybe the highlights from maybe High Fight or something else on Twitter. Like, I don't even watch it on YouTube, bro. I just watch the little bit at the end of whoever's won. Okay, and then they've got the list of people that won. We need to start thinking outside the box. These tournaments are becoming repetitive, right? And I understand if it's not broke, don't fix it. But you're not exactly gaining a bigger audience than you did last time, or a bigger, what can I say? You're not getting a big attendance than you did last time. We want to start seeing more. Oh, okay, we've got this tournament. We're now gonna do press day for some of you players. The players that's registered, let's do a press day. Get interviews. Throw that up on your Twitter every single hour. Why is this so hard? Like, why am I knowing this?
Worms, bro. You're opening a can of worms, and I will speak on that because I have so much to say about that. That stuff, I won't even lie to you. It kind of. All right, so from a tournament standpoint, I get it. The tournament's a tournament. You've seen it before. The only thing is maybe Evo's gonna look a little bit better, right? That's like because that's the big Kahuna, right? That's just the biggest one.
They got the money.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing for the longest time, and I said it in my video, I'm like, these invitationals need to be a little bit more open to newer creators, newer players to try to help grow. Because if we keep, like, I'll give you an example, the Annihilator Cup, right?
Mm-hmm.
I worked with Lulu Lovely, who's a high-level Apex player. She's amazing, right?
Okay.
They literally got the game for like 2 days or 3 days, and I told them good luck. They played, they matched, that was it. I'm like, what a big opportunity to like make fighting is bigger, right? And have a good collaboration. I got Lulu literally like a day before she had to play, and then I sat with her for only 5 hours before she could play. And I helped her out. She did really good. She did super good in ranked. She did really well when she was playing. Rules were a little scuffed up, whatever, right? But it's like, it's annoying to know that AT&T Annihilator Cup denied us in FGC to actually coach these higher level, players from other genres, or these I guess celebrities, I don't know how you want to put it, but just these other, well, just say content creators, these other creators, the other bigger names in other spaces. We didn't get that handshake that was necessary. You know what I mean? But then you look at how it was in Japan with the CR Cup. They've been training for this stuff for at least a month. And they do the thing at Tokyo Game Show. They do the VTuber thing. It's like they had so much time to work with them and build rapport and work like that. Now, granted, I get to some, it sounds like, oh, well, you're clout farming. It's not about the clout farming. They have an expertise. We have an expertise. We share one thing in common, and that's content. Now, part of the goal is to have a good presentation, have a good show. And like when they're playing Apex, when they're playing CSGO, most of it was first-person shooter games. They already can play those. I'm not gonna say, oh, it's just point and click, because that would be ignorant, right? But like the ground base is the same. Giving us that ability to sit down with them and be like, hey, this is how you do this is how you do that, and teach them, and let their audience also see there's more to our genre of games. Then you get the proper cross-pollination, and it's not about clout farming from them. It's about showing their audience and your audience that world, and it's just worlds colliding. It's not just, oh, Lulu has like 3,000 people watching her right now. I'm gonna take 1,000 of them. No, if that happens, it happens. Good on you, right? But it's being able to literally, just like I said, just have that handshake. and then have a good show for that and keep that rapport going. Because if they do another Annihilator Cup and let's say they pick Lulu again, she's gonna be like, hey Kensu, let's sit down again, let's do some drills, coach me through some stuff. Like, I mean, that would be great. And being able to do that from here, or even reach out to players like yourself. Let's say they do an Annihilator Cup in Tekken, right? Of course, I'd be like, go get Jay, go get this one, go get that one. They're all content creators, they're all good players, and they can all teach these, other people how to play and get a good show out of it. And like, again, imagine we were all doing that. Like, I'll be that guy. I'm stepping into Tekken 8. I'm gonna just be that guy, right? Let's say they do something like that, like Twitch Rivals, for example. Because I remember you talked to one of the dudes on Twitch about that, right? Imagine if we all got brought into Twitch Studio offline. We do that. That content in itself is already phenomenal for a lot of people, because it's like, oh look, it's Timmy, it's Ace U, oh it's, I don't know, other FPS guy, Nick Merckx, and this one and that one. And it's like, or Tyler One. It's like, damn, look, we're all here, we're all chilling, and we're all getting this popping. Man, that looks like a really good time, man. That Street Fighter 6 game looks pretty cool. Maybe I'll go get it. Or, oh, that Kingjae guy, yeah, man, he was doing really good stuff with Leroy. Leroy's pretty cool. I like that Wing Chun stuff. Let me go check him out. It's just, there's so many ways to grow. And I'm just looking at it from the standpoint of like, why are we not doing this properly? Bro,
like, I'm still getting...
Make it make sense. All these higher ups are up there. And they don't reach out to people like us, or actually do their market research, look at the scene, see who's out here, etc. I don't know.
It's mind-boggling.
It gives me the most giant headache. But, that's still another level of content. Like, if you got put onto that, make a video from it. Talk about your perspective. Yeah, when I coach Lulu, and I mean, I'm still working on mine. It may be late. I get it. To some people, like, you should have did it at the same time you did it. Let me just tell you guys something here about that too. Sometimes it's not easy to make content from that day, the next, and have it ready for the next day. Unless you just want me to or other creators to just slice and just put up. It is content, right? But it's unfiltered, unedited. There's a story, but it's not really being told. It's not being, articulated the way it probably could.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, sometimes things take time. You sometimes, as a content creator, you will end up battling with time. Having a good schedule. Sometimes you may battle with that. I mean, I do. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I prefer to make sure that I have as good quality as I can when I'm putting stuff out. And you being able to see it from that perspective would be dope. So, yeah, I can go on and on and on. It's just,
I'm listening.
I hope in the future, we get better like events, and we get these better invitationals, because I feel like my dog has words to say about this too, right, Leo? But down boy, down. But it's just one of those things where like these people need to be more locked in. We need to, I don't know. Like I said, man, there's so much to say. All I can say is we need to grow Twitch. We need to grow with the platforms. We need to grow together. We need to push the ideas. We need to go past just everything that's already out there. Just go past it. At the end of the day, just think outside the box. Tournaments, yeah, they're all gonna look the same. Yeah, it'd be great if we go past that. It'd be cool if we have more invitationals, team things, make it a big team event. I don't know, Tekken 8. I don't know what's the mechanic called again? What's the new the whole chain mechanic?
Oh, which one? In what game?
In Tekken 8. The mechanic.
Oh no, Dragon Spin, the one where they spin. Or heat. Or the one where they kind of heat. Okay.
Heat. Okay. So you could just call it just, heat engager. All right, Kingjae, Avatar Yaya, and Kensu. All right, you guys are a team, and you got to play Tekken random select, and then I don't know, then you got to run and do jumping jacks and do tic tac toe. Just adding random elements to it will just make the event that much more fun, right? So let's say it's us versus another team. I don't know, Markman and the Cannon Brothers, whatever, right? Or some Twitch reps. All right, we just got all we gotta do is beat them. We got, team huddle, do your thing. Like, do you guys understand how much of a story that can be told there? Hi, buddy. I'm just trying to say, a big story can be told there. You want to get on the conversation too, don't you? Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me get him a bone here so we can chill.
Damn, this conversation has got so real, man. It's actually crazy. Like, what do you lot think? I want to know what you lot are saying in the comment section or in the chat to be fair, and even the comment section, because it's going to be up on YouTube as a VOD. So I definitely want to know what you are saying. What do you think about, like, you know, fighting games and just the kind of different, like, why is it like struggling so much? But now back to what you were saying. I wanted to just say something very quickly. Yeah. So I got a comment that was said on one of my videos, and it really sparked a massive, like, exclamation mark in my head. Someone said to me, "Hi, as someone who did this for a living, it didn't get views for 6 or 7 years. 7 years ago. It likely doesn't get views for the people who still do this stuff into 2023. I see this stuff come up so often. It's a cycle. Gotta support the content for it to stick around." And I don't really agree. And the reason why I don't agree with that is because people can do the content, but it's like, how consistent are you? Like, you have to be this type of content, which is niche. You have to be consistent, right? Like, this stuff isn't overnight. I told you I've had to do this for over a decade. There's already been groundwork of someone doing it, right? So that means if there's groundwork of someone doing it, it means it's now easier for the next generation. It doesn't matter about how easier. It could be just a little bit because someone's already done the groundwork. There's an audience for it on someone that's already done the groundwork, along with everyone else that has done the groundwork as well. It makes it easier for the next generation, then the next generation, and the next generation. This is how things work, right? You know, the first people that play soccer or football, they're probably like, you know, it wasn't popular at the start, but now it's amazing. Everyone knows about soccer and football. Do you know what I mean? Like, This is just how it goes. You need people to keep going, which is why, again, there was a lot of there's a lot of hidden meaning behind what I was trying to say in the tweet. Is that, you know, we need to see more of these fighting game podcasts. Someone mentioned Friday night fisticuffs. Bro, I forgot about that. That is a big thing where, you know, those guys came together and they were playing, you know, different fighting games. Like, bro, like stuff that was old school and stuff. Bro, I've never played Power Stone before. I've never played Virtual Fighter 3 before. Fighters Mega Mix. There's so many games I haven't played before. And I want to start introducing them to my streams. Pardon me. I don't want to play Tekken 7 ranked anymore. People know I can get Tekken God Omega if I really tried and put my whole day. If I really, really want it, I can really try and say, look, this is who I'm playing for today. I'm really going to grind at this. Oh, I don't get it today, I'm getting it tomorrow. Oh, you know I'm going to get it in the week. It's boring. Like, my heart is not even in it when I play. I just do it because I know I have an audience. But now I'm like, when I've seen these topics of what people are saying, like that, you know, Friday Night Fisticuffs is not it, I'm like thinking, damn, I used to watch that because I wanted to see the game. What game are they going to choose for that day? Like, what game are they going to play? I'm like, oh, damn, I remember that game from time ago. Bro, they're playing that. Oh, I want to see how they play it. I want to see what they're talking about. I want to know, like, you know, stuff. Like, I remember when Maximilian was doing, you know, the boss rage. Like, bro, that stuff was sick. Seeing him play against Nightmare Terror and all that, Night Terror and all of these other, like, bosses and stuff that are mad hard, and then winning. I'm like, yo, this is absolutely sick. I don't see him do it anymore. Like, these are the stuff that I say is outside of the box. You know, boss fights are not even that hard anymore. Everything is easy. So he, you know, I don't know if he's done all of them, but there are games out there where there's hard bosses. Justin Wong is doing that now, right? Like,
yeah, I saw him at Texas Showdown doing the thing with the trials, Omega Rugal, and I'm like, I respect it. I respect it,
bro. That content. Imagine he's going out there with a laptop, asking people to play while the laptop is there. Bro, do you know what? It's crazy. I just thought of another sick idea for you. Free gem again. This is absolutely free gem. Imagine reaching out to a sponsor and saying, hey, I need a laptop. I'm not asking you to pay me money or anything like that. What I will do is I'll go to this tournament with the laptop, and I'll get footage of me playing with, you know, pro players while using that laptop. They get exposure. Oh, but it might not be views. Bro, you say playing, what game is it? Let's say playing Street Fighter 6 with Punk, Problem, this person, that person in the title. Bro, you're going to get views.
You're going to get views.
Especially if you do tags. And again, like I said, the tags, bro, free game again. This is free game. I'm not even covering nothing for you. Nothing hidden. Everything is transparent. You can use rapidtags.io to get your correct tags. Shout out to Avatar Yaya for putting me on that. You all can use it. I am here to help you. Like, I promise you, I am here to help you lot grow when it comes to this fighting game space. I don't really know anyone that does stuff like this, but I want to help because I see there's so many people coming up in this space that love these games, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, and then they drop off because they will get to a certain ceiling and it's like, oh, well, you know what? It gets long. Like, you know, you're fighting all these players that then you get deranked, you get demotion, you get demotivated. Oh, yeah, I'll go play Apex. I'll go play Call of Duty. Like, there's no point playing this fighting game because everyone by that level is just going to beat me. There's other avenues. There's other ways.
Other avenues, man.
You know?
There's so much more. Look, I'm going to be real with you. I know Naruto Storm Connections is finna come out. I'm finna collab with Yaya with that. I'm a big fan of JJK. That's going on the channel. Straight up.
Damn.
I'm telling you, you guys are hearing it first. I'm putting JJK on my fighting game channel. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care if people like, are you sure about that? I'm like, listen, I don't normally go out of my way for an anime game, but I love JJK so much as an anime that like it doesn't really matter to me. We have to understand that fighting games are not just the 1v1s, because like it's normally looked as 2D, 3D only. Oh, Smash is over there. Arena Fighters, no one plays that. Now I get it; those games are insanely imbalanced. But like, if you want to get really technical with it, games like Naruto Storm 4 and Demon Slayer have been doing and are still doing better than some of our normal fighting games. Maybe not so much Demon Slayer these days, but I know Storm Connections is on its way, and I'd imagine when Storm Connections drops, it's just gonna spike back up.
Are you gonna do content for that?
Storm Connections?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
I think you should. I think if you're doing JJK, I definitely think you should do Naruto. Because it's like anime goes hand in hand. So even if like, say for example, the Naruto one doesn't do well, then JJK does, then what happens is that if I'm an anime fan, let's just say for example, I don't know about your channel, I'm not subscribed, I've just checked. And I'm like, oh, he's got JJK on it. Oh, he has Naruto. I like both of those. Oh, boom. That is your way to kind of like secure the subscription. Because they might watch JJK and might not even care about Guilty Gear Strive. Right? That's just, I don't know. And like sometimes people just like what they like. And if it's not too much, if it's not there, then it's like, oh, okay, yeah, cool, whatever. But if there's a guy that's like, oh, you've got JJK and Naruto, I can guarantee they'll be like, nah, I'm on it. I want to know more about this guy. He likes two things of what he likes in me. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yep.
But I think JJK is trash though. We're not gonna do that here though.
I'm gonna let you make it.
Bro, they don't have no personality. None of the characters have no personality.
I'm gonna let you make it. I'm not. I'm gonna sip my water.
But who has personality in that show? The angles and all of that stuff is sick. But who has personality in that show?
Yeah, I love you.
I love you too. But who has personality?
I'm not.
Other than Gojo. And let me tell you, I haven't watched it in a while. Is that the guy that's kind of he's hench and he's got that hairstyle? That's Gojo, right?
He has the face tie.
Yes.
The blindfold.
Yeah. Oh, Gojo. Okay, he's all right. There's another guy that's big and he's hench and he has his hair tied back. Black guy. Not black guy.
That's Toto.
He has personality. Everyone else, their personality is as empty, just a little bit. They got a little bit of personality. They got just a little bit of water in the bottle. That's what their personality is like. Yeah, and
I'm gonna let you make it.
no one could convince me otherwise. Because I'm here for it, bro. That show, I've been trying to watch it. The intros are cold. Man is just chilling on the train and. That one is cold, and the other one where they're walking. Hey, brother, I'll be jazzing to that. But the personality is, it's like it needs to be filled up a bit, man. You know what I'm saying?
All I'm gonna say is watch season 2.
I'm gonna watch season 2. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna give you the benefit of that. Sorry, I didn't mean to segue, chat.
No. You're good. Now trust. I'll just put it to you like this. I respect it. Just season 2.
All right, cool. Now that you said it,
Season 2.
now that you said it, I'm like, I've got Crunchyroll. I think, is it on Crunchyroll? It's on.
Yeah.
I think it is. Yeah. So I'm gonna watch
It's on
season
Crunchy.
2. What's this? What's the intro like on season 2? Is that the one where it's got the cat and it's got the window and then it's got that type of, or is that season 1 but the other half of season 1? I can't remember what.
They'll have a season 1
Okay.
because there's 2 intros now for season 2.
Yeah, I haven't watched none of season 2, so I'm gonna go watch it and just say, I know. See, Lofro is my editor. Yeah, he is on to me right now because he's like, I'm sorry, Lofro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Listen, that's
I'm sorry.
look, I'm gonna tell you now. I'm keeping it on content. I feel attacked.
I'm so sorry. No, like, all right, let's just skip this part. All right, let's get back into FGC.
No, but I mean, literally though, like I do feel that's another part of the tournaments that need to happen. And I've been talking with Yaya about that and some other people about it. But even then, like there are so many cool fighting games out there. Even the older ones, and trust me, there's some bad ones too. But like, I feel like my mentality now on fighting game content is like, there's so many avenues to touch. Like, from the content creators to the cosplayers, the fan artists, the fighting game culture is just as big as anything else. It's like, when I went to EVO the previous year, I learned that. Like, there's so many more fighting game enthusiasts than you can possibly know. And this past EVO also proved that as well with the attendance, not just for Street Fighter 6, but just so many people there and just appreciating fighting game culture. And it's like, wow, like, this is more than just a tournament if you really think about it, you guys. Like, and I think EVO is starting to like embody that, even though some will say it's not just a tournament anymore. Of course it's not. Like, I see EVO more now as like a celebration of like fighting games at that once a year type beat, at least in NA. I know that Japan's coming, and I'm gonna say it straight up. I'm crossing my fingers that there's EVO EU or UK. I'll do my best to be there because I hear that's the murmur.
There's gonna be an EVO UK.
That's the murmur.
Damn. I mean, that would be sick if we could get EVO UK, but I don't know, man. It's like we'll see. I don't know if the UK and everyone gets along like that, but if we do have something like that, bro, yeah, I think it could be done. Like somewhere like we have a place called XL London where they do like MCM Comic Con and they got EGX, like these big massive tournaments. They could definitely do something there, but again, I don't know, man. Like we'll just have to take it with a grain of salt. But
that's what I hear. But yeah,
it's cool. All right. Well, to close this up, I wanted to say, what is for a new content creator that's coming into the space? Imagine they're starting off fresh. Or someone's asking, what do you all think about Tekken anime? I'm not really a big fan of it, but it's there. Yeah. So sorry, I'm just coming into like, say for example, someone that's coming into fighting games, and you know they want to create content. We're not just saying YouTube. We're talking about, you know, the full shebang, which is, you know, YouTube and Twitch, you know, creating YouTube content, which is digestible for people to watch, and then creating a Twitch. You know, obviously people want to generate revenue. They want to be able to kind of build an audience. This is kind of like not the end goal, but this is the running cost of a fighting game content creator. Let's be honest. Like, you know, we want to generate revenue so we can keep supporting, maybe get an editor down the line, maybe build a team, then, you know, then maybe get a studio or office, then maybe get a bigger studio and then do stuff, right? That's what the end goal kind of is. But to get there, what would you think is something like? Do you do schedules where you tell people that when you're going to stream? I don't do schedules personally because I will never stick to them. My life is really busy. But I will try to stream when I can. But are you a person that does schedules, or like, you know, is there a certain tactic where you play a certain game that you think might not do as well as your main game on a certain day? Like, what's your type of strategies?
For me, I try my best to stick to my schedule, just because it keeps order for me in particular. This is my off day actually. Wednesdays and Thursdays are my off days. Monday, Tuesday, I'm on for the rest of the week at that point, right? But I do my best to stick to a schedule, and I try my hardest to stick to it, because I know that my life can get crazy behind the scenes. So when I know that things are moving like clockwork, I'm like more comfortable because it's like, let's say I can't stream that day or whatever, I can't edit. It's okay. I have some stuff that's going out. Things are good to go. Like I like when things move like clockwork. So like when I build a rhythm, I'm like, okay, we just keep that rhythm going, and if there's any hiccups, okay, I got backup. I like having a plan B.
No, that makes sense. Like, how often? Because, like I said, I'm really bad with, like, before I used to be really bad with schedules, because it's like, oh, I'll do this. Oh, I might have to do something for my little one, or I'll have to do this. Oh, but then this has come up. I've have like a serious important meeting, but I then have to I have to say it on Twitter that, oh yeah, sorry, I have to cancel. I got tired of doing that. Which, sorry, this is complete transparency to you lot that are watching this. I got tired of doing that, and it then became, I'll stream when I can. So obviously now it's like people now watch it when I am on. I can't stream as much as I used to, but they still see a stream regardless. They still see content. I still have editors that do help out with stuff while I am doing stuff to make this function. So like, is there like, you spoke about your Twitch and having a schedule, like moving more onto YouTube. Is there like some type of formula that you have, to kind of still do the content that you do, and stream at the same time? Because obviously streaming and doing YouTube is a full beast. Like that is like, bruh, especially if someone out there has a full-time job. So how do you maintain doing that?
So I would say I'll talk about my schedule now and like a full-time person, right? So
okay,
Mondays are my short days. I'll get on, do my coffee talk, and I'm done 3 or 4 hours max. Okay. I try not to go over that. I'm not even playing any games. I still use it as an editing day.
Okay.
So, I still go out, I'll exercise, do my stuff, and then Tuesday's a regular day. Wednesday and Thursday, I just pick up where I left off from Monday. And then I try to get as much as possible done on Wednesday and Thursday in terms of editing. I have my editors that also help me out, so especially now. So it makes it a lot easier. Like I said before, it just makes it easier. Now, if you have a full-time job and you're working trying to do, content, and I would say literally focus more on YouTube. Straight up. Like, stream enough. Give yourself 3 days. 3 of the best days of the week you can stream is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Easy. Those are some of the best days. I know you're working 9 to 5, so you could maybe get off at whatever. So you get off at 5, get on at 7, give yourself time to eat, blah, blah, blah. And go into the wee hours of the night. Wake up early, do it again Saturday, do it again Sunday, go back to your normal job. And then use the time in which that you have throughout the week to maybe give yourself a schedule of uploading. Maybe I would say as a new person, give yourself 2 videos a week from those 3-day streams, and you give yourself a lot more wiggle room, to be able to have something to put up on a channel. And every week you may not get something that you want, but try to be creative. Think of things that you could do on the stream and maybe do a segment. That was something that I did a lot, and I still do now. A lot of segment things. So this way that you did this, clip that, grab it. Even if you can't edit, use the Twitch editor, chop it up to the best of your ability if you can. You know what I mean? Or I'm going to say it again, go get DaVinci. It is free. There's tons of tutorials on just basic editing will go a long way. And, for what it's worth, back on the YouTube tip, just look at some general videos on YouTube etiquette. Good titles. You heard Jay about the tags, rapidtags.io. Use that. I use it too. Just use your resources. Don't be afraid to use the search on YouTube to find things that you need to help put yourself in a good position. And you'll eventually build that momentum. You don't need to stream. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm crazy. I will stream long hours. I will do the bronze to masters in one shot, 24 hours. I'm that guy to do that. You don't gotta be like me, right? But do what's comfortable for you. So if it's 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, whatever's comfortable for you, that's fine. Give yourself time to do things in your life as well. Have some time to edit, even on those days that you're done. Like, it's all about making time to edit, because no matter what, I'm telling you guys right now, YouTube is so much bigger than Twitch. You have way more discoverability there. So curate what you have and make something great and put it up on YouTube, straight up. And then you can build your momentum. And you can go far. It's just it's a process. It's a process.
Nah, I definitely agree. I think in my opinion, just like the way how I kind of structure it is, I think streaming helps for when you want to do like, you know, the VODs. Now, let me just hear me out on this one. If I was to do after this call, I want to do talking about the costumes for Tekken 8, right? Because people that Tekken project, they released like all of these costumes. And I want to now just be like, hey, you know what? Let me just do it. I want to do it live on stream. So all I need to do is while it's streaming, just press the record button. Once that's finished, I've now got that as a video.
As a video.
So that's one. I then now got to talk about Hinako being a part of King of Fighters. Boom, that's a video. That could be like 5 minutes. Boom, that's another video. That's 2, right? The issue with creating like content brand new as a, you know, a new content creator is it could be extremely overwhelming, right? You've done this video, you've done this video, and imagine you spent, let's say for example, 3 days doing, you know, this content, and it's like, oh, I really think that everyone's gonna love it. Imagine if it doesn't work. Imagine if you'd spent a week and it's like, oh, I've done this, put sound effects, I've done this, you know, transitions, everything, and it doesn't pop. You get maybe like, I don't know, 200 views, right? You're now gonna be like, oh, why am I gonna do this? Why am I gonna waste time? I might as well get a normal 9 to 5. As soon as I clock in, I get money, right? Like, that is the thought process. This is why people are gonna be like, hey, you know what? Fighting game content doesn't work. A lot of people have done that because a lot of the people that are in the industry that wasn't creating content, they're probably in the industry doing journalists or whatever, and they're not really making money. They probably quit to do another job because they find it hard, right? They don't know how to kind of worm their way in. It is super demoralizing. And everyone in the chat, anyone that's here, I will tell you from now, if someone at my level, I am telling you, this is super demoralizing at even this level, right? It is extremely demoralizing when you put up a video and it's like you've put so much work in and it doesn't work the way how you intend it to be. However, the way how you can stay motivated by doing this stuff is by streaming while doing it. Because what happens is you have someone that's there that is watching your stuff, whether it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, whatever. But then also you're not at risk. You've basically cropped something out of your stream. You can then manipulate, like you can then kind of like create certain things where it's like, oh, okay, you could add certain things like text, images, sound effects and stuff. And then there could be another audience somewhere else. This is what I suggest to you content creators out there. If you are doing multiple platforms like I do, so I do TikTok. TikTok is extremely demoralizing. There's times when I'll get like crazy views and then there's times when I won't. It's like I never understand that algorithm. So I'm just like, sometimes I'm just like, oh, I won't upload for a couple days, right? There's YouTube Shorts. There's Instagram Reels. And I know Instagram is like, you know, pretty terrible at the minute with algorithms. I have like my algorithm on my Instagram is completely messed. I don't know what's happened, but there's different things that you can kind of like try out and see. So I would suggest like, so are you saying streaming my editing stream? So you saying stream my editing process? You could stream your editing process on a video. I mean, that even works too. You know, at least someone can see that you're there and they can see what you're doing. I would be interested. That is an awesome idea. Like I done it last year I done something with Adobe where I was showing them how I create thumbnails and how I edit with Adobe Premiere. Okay, sick. So I done that, and that to me was like, oh, this is amazing. Like I do this off stream. I don't even do this on stream. You can do it on stream. Let people see how you edit. And people can give you tips. This is how I learned so many things, even with PC. Like I learned so many things by people watching me and say, oh, you could do this for the graphics. You can do this to do this. You can do this with the volume. And I've learned so many things. You could probably learn so much more by just showing people how you edit, whatever you're using. They could show you tips and tricks. So again, that's a big hole in that market. There's no one really doing that. People do it for music, but they don't do it for video editing. It's a big space. And again, that's another free gem for any of you lot that's out there, you know?
Man, it's a spit, I'm not gonna lie.
So
it's not wrong.
So yeah, man. But All right, cool. We'll just wrap it up there, anyways. Just Kensu, let them know where they can find you, man.
Yeah, for sure. You guys can catch me on Twitch here, just like Jay, JustKensou. You can catch me on, I almost said X, I mean Twitter. Twitter, JustKensou. I'm on TikTok, JustKensou. You know, I don't use my Instagram as much, but those 3 places you can definitely catch me. Lots of stuff coming, so be on the lookout. That's where you can find me.
Awesome, man. You lot go check him out in the chat. Like I said, man, it's been an honor to do this. Again, this was super short notice, you know. Yeah, I think it's a topic that a lot of people have been, you know, in my mentions saying, oh, it's been spoken about so many times, but it really hasn't been spoken about many times. 140 characters cannot have a conversation on a topic like this. This is something that's been going on for years. And it's one of those things where people will have to sit down and just say, hey, let's have a conversation and let's talk about it. A lot of people are not saying that. They're just saying, I feel this space. Me, I feel it. I feel it. I feel the space. I do this. I do that. And I'm like, this is exactly what I meant, is you're not listening. You're doing it, but maybe you're doing it wrong. Maybe you need to have a conversation, you know. Like, I don't do everything right. I'll be honest. But
always room to grow, baby. Always room to grow.
There's always room to grow. So that's why you have conversations with people to see, you know, are we on the same wavelength? Am I doing this wrong? This, that, and the other. You know, I might be able to learn from you. I learned a couple things from you, even like when you've been speaking today. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, just from the ideas that we was talking about with, like, you know, Evo and, you know, that tournaments and stuff that we could do, that's stuff that I thought, oh, I never really thought about it, that could be done. So you could always learn from people just by sitting down and talking. But if you want to quote retweet and do 140 characters and use that up and say, oh, you do this, you're definitely not gonna learn anything from it. So yeah, man.
I agree.
But yeah, that's the podcast, you lot. But yeah, what am I gonna do? I think I'm gonna do something else. But yeah, thank you very much, Kensu, man. Appreciate you, man.
Absolutely.